get a Wind Ranger for Weehaw, but we'll flip the script a bit, and we're going to get into the game here. Let's go ahead and throw over to our casters right now. It's going to be Mr. Odie, Pixel, and Gods. Gentlemen, have some fun.
Thank you very much, Dakota, and we certainly will. Game 2 here between DC and Secret, and I think as Lumia was saying on the panel, I'd have to agree, I'm preferring DC's draft this game. I reckon we're going to see at least a solid 5 kills here for the side of the die. I mean,
when you said you prefer their draft, maybe it was like you like their draft more than Secret's like
no,
compared to last game.
Compared to last game from DC, I think they've stepped it up here. I'm kind of liking what they're running with. The Ursa's always a bit of a risky one, but I'm always up for seeing what TC can do on the man. And I mean, Secret's draft in comparison is I don't know, the fact that they've got Misery again on that Slardar. I remember looking at like his win rate so far. It's ridiculous. It's I think it's like above 80%. I'm sure some stat man will be able to find out, but he's been having a pretty good time on Slardar this patch, and we saw why in the first game where he's incredibly impactful. He knew the limits of the hero perfectly. And he was just able to outplay that Gyro IO lane, of course, with the help of Puppey on Dazzle. Puppey this game on Disruptor. Another one of those supports that, if you know what you're doing with him, he is incredibly scary in the laning stage and just in the rotations catching people out.
Bit of a fight brewing here. Secret with superior numbers.
I mean, and then with this shackle to set it up, Misery just moves in with a crush onto Howie. Howie hits the shards, but it's not going to do anything. That's going to be your first blood there going to Puppey. Honestly, I think he got the first blood in the first game, didn't he, on the Dazzle? And here we go. Crush onto She's going to be the shackles there. Can they kill him? Oh, not quite. But, okay.
He can't afford a salve, so this lane's actually lost for him in the mid lane. Pilot's just going to run forward. He's got another Nova soon. Oh boy, you've got to stay out of range of this.
This isn't the best way for us to start this lane, unfortunately.
Oh, don't worry, Clock's free farming though.
Okay.
He got a bounty rune, he's free farming. We're good.
And it is the Bulba Clock. Yeah. This is a thing of legends.
Oh yes.
Mainly for good reasons as well. So.
Well, maybe we'll bring back those legends if we get a Liquid versus LGD match.
Oh yeah.
We could see the repeat, although that would be mind control, not Bulb on the clockwork in that scenario. I want to see it happen.
It may do, but DC have got to.
I don't think it's going to happen from DC. They're not going to go far. Perhaps.
Well, we don't know. We've only seen. Well, actually, I've seen 3 of their games today, and they weren't pretty. But earlier they weren't bad earlier. Yeah. They were not bad earlier. They actually did all right, but they didn't win. But they'll be trying their best this time. I mean, bottom lane, you've got Biryu, forcing back EE here with the Bane, allowing the space for TC to get the farm on the Ursa. It's just going to be a question of how much the Ursa can do. Obviously, as the panel was saying, just having Biryu to set up a Nightmare into clap and then getting those swipes in. It's definitely kill potential.
An interesting choice to put the Ursa in the off lane. It's going to get a lot less farm, but this kind of guarantees Clockwork to get good experience as well as farm himself in the safe lane. I don't know if this is really the ideal way to lane things here. You're giving Misery just the good early game start he's going to need to get levels. You can't completely zone him out with a Tusk Clockwork lane, but already we do see Clock level 3, so it looks like Misery actually not getting any farm out of the lane. 0 last hits so far, so seems DC know what they're doing with the laning setup.
Yeah, Sam's Clocks is looking pretty good so far. Puppey's going to be able to find himself a haste rune here. We'll see if he's able to do anything with it. It's still just level 1, so it's going to be a hard shout. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of this game is kind of on Bulba here. On him getting the 6 and then seeing what he can do with it across the map and see if he can contribute to getting those kills. I mean, as you said, the fact that he's doing well against Misery, there may even be kill potential on this top lane if Aoi finds a good position to get him with the Tusk Snowball.
Yeah, Bulba's already got boots, in fact, as well, so has that initiation tool on Misery, just a level 1 sprint. Can't really get away from a battery assault should it come out.
Misery's just moving in it, giving a few slaps and forcing Bulba back.
And good lane, just making, whenever he's going to look to fight Bulba, it's going to be when he has 2 or 3 creeps next to him. So Bulba doesn't want to use a battery assault that Misery can just walk away from and would end up just being wasted mana. Seems that Puppey as well as Envy here in the safe lane, just looking to continually pull, deny XP away from TC as well as Biryu. You can see here, despite the harass that Biryu is putting out, Windrange is still out-farming the Ursa for the time being.
Now he just at the moment, I guess kind of working out where he's going to be most used mid lane. He's got to be careful. We are getting the razors in, bringing him low. He has got a salve on him. So
whoa, 2 last hits, 3 denies.
It's not great.
This is the one lane we haven't talked about or really looked at.
I was trying to avert it just in case the DC fans out there didn't want to have painful.
This goes back to that level 1 fight. Ush didn't get the bounty rune, couldn't buy a salve, almost died. So he went to lane with 100 HP and no money to buy a salve. And then when he can afford a salve, he brings it out. He gets such a late bottle as a result of this. And by late bottle, I mean he hasn't even got one just yet. We're looking at like a 4.5-minute bottle at this rate. Choo-choo.
This is it. Here is the. This is the Ush rescue train coming in.
Yep.
Here to rectify the mid lane. Let's see if they can do it.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Are you ready for this play from DC? It's going to be insane. And they actually might get the kill it. They have Nightmare to set up onto Weehaw. Ush blinks it as well. And okay, it's a lot of hate. It gets the job done. DC there with a 4-man gank on the mid lane, killing Weehaw. And understandably, it's a high priority kill. I'm all for throwing those heroes in.
It felt like slightly overkill as far as bringing in all 4 heroes, but ultimately making sure they get the kill because they don't know who's going to TP in as a counter gank. If someone like Misery TPs in, gets a stun off.
Oh, they're going for it again. They were like, hey, this works. Let's try it again. They do have Pylite Die hanging around with Weehaw.
And it was Luma who kind of talked about this. They haven't got a good defensive support here to keep Weehaw alive. And he kind of joked like the only thing you could do is get like a point in Ice Armor and then TP in an Ice Armor Weehaw, but you have no good counterplays here for Secret. So they poke their noses out there looking for SF, and while they'll avoid this gank, Weehaw can't really farm all too well. He also is going to be too scared to go into his own jungle to farm with these aggressive heroes around. Luckily, that was a nice kinetic field. That just scouts him out there, they walk into it, and it does give a bit of vision.
Yeah, Pylite Die moving around here as well. He knows something fishy's going on. Scaring DC away. Puppy's there as well, and he'll put the field down at Biryu. Could be in trouble. The shards are nice. They do keep Weehaw away. With a Thunder Strike, Biryu's going to get fairly low. He's going to be fine. But of course, all this attention on the mid lane means that there's space elsewhere. Bottom lane, EE's been having pretty much free farm now. 27 for 28 for 4 here on the Wind Ranger. And top lane as well, Misery not doing too bad now. Catching up with Sam on the clock. 16 for 5 against the 22 for 4. So Misery's going to have that amplifying line pretty shortly. Knowing the man, he may even find an opening to try and get a kill onto Sam. Yes. It's going to be a hard one, though.
Sam will be hitting level 6 before Misery, but it's still not easy just to hook yourself onto Misery. Misery's going to know that. He's going to be ready, positioning himself such that he doesn't get caught out by a quick level 6. I can only imagine. I say that now, and it probably cast a curse strikes, and the opposite will happen. But there we go. Bulba's hit level 6. Misery would have spotted that, and I doubt we'll see a kill right away from this.
Yeah, I mean, with Aoi there as well, he just has to play careful, Misery. They have the potential to trap him up for a fair bit of time. And you're going to have Quap coming up as well, looking for the 6-minute rune. If it's something nice, it's not, unfortunately, for us. It's just a bounty, so he won't really be able to take that top. There's going to be a double damage here for Weehaw, so she's just going to have to be that bit more careful in the mid lane in case he overextends.
And TP up on Envy, so you've got a level 6 Wind Ranger who can TP counter gank at the top lane should you get too aggressive on Misery. And Misery, right now, seeing on no mana, but he's got 5 stick charges and a Mango, so chances are, if you go on him, he's going to have easily enough mana for a crush, possibly even a second crush with the stick charges. So very dangerous and risky proposition to go for that kill. Level 4 power shot now as well from Envy.
I mean, so far though, this game going a lot better for DC compared to game 1. I mean, top lane, they might even find Misery here. They've caught him out in the cogs. They've got Aoi hanging around as well. Misery does get the 2-man crush off. Oh, is he going to get out with the sprint? No, the snowball's been saved. Very nicely done there by Aoi. Closes the gap, and they will get the kill onto Misery. And that's pretty big. We saw how much Misery could do if you kind of let him get that early game footing in game 1, and this time DC aren't giving him the same amount of chances.
Yeah, they're in the lead for now as far as kills go. Overall farm though, I don't think, not looking as good. This is a lot of it just the mid lane problem where Ush only now is picking up his boots with the bottle 7 minutes in. SF, despite dying once, is still going to be out farming Queen of Pain pretty handily. And for now, Secret just happy to play this farm game. The one kill on the slider, not really the biggest deal in the world for them. Misery's still getting levels, which is, above all else, what he needs right now. The Blink Dagger will come with time, and Secret just happy to play a kind of slower paced tempo compared to last game.
Yeah, and the thing as well with the slider is there's always going to be space for him to find the Blink, because you've got EE on that Wind Range, that very active carry. Pair him up with Puppy, moving around the map, catching people out with glimpses. You've already got the kill potential there, so it's just really going to be just more threats added once Slardar does have the Blink, and not necessarily something that Secret need to find action. And DC are looking for a smoke up here. I like this, Bulba's hit 7, he's maxed out the battery, has the hook shot as well, may just look for the free kill onto Puppy. And well, the glimpse is going to be there, and Puppy says, nope, I'm out of here. And he's been rumbled. So Clock's not going to find that one. The Nightmare's thrown out by Biryu, but they decide to get themselves out of DC, realizing that this is not the time to fight, as there is a bit of reaction coming in. Pylite Die just fending him off here.
That was a smoke gank and everything. They were really hoping for a kill there, but having the glimpse, I mean, you've got to hit the hook before the glimpse, and you can probably bring down Puppy since he'll glimpse you, but you at least get a good amount of damage off, and he's going to go in now.
That's a nice one. There's the Sam hook shot straight back in on Puppy. Where's your glimpse out now, my friend? On cooldown. No way for Puppy to stop him this time, and Nicely done there by Sam, hanging around and getting himself the kill.
So this is just creating some good space elsewhere on the map. AUI at the top lane trying to get some experience TC farming Ancients. Likely see him head towards the Roshan pit, probably around the level 7, level 8 mark. He won't have the max out Fury swipes until level 8, but always that threat of a Roche.
Is that smoke coming out of the courier now? Is he just... Yes, it is. Okay.
He's going to do it. No, he went for another point in overpower. I'm wondering, this is still likely a Roche build from him. He's going to farm up the Ancients once or twice more, maybe.
Okay, I mean, if he can sneak the Roshan from Secret, that's going to be pretty huge for the side here. I mean, they're already sitting at 3-1. It is really that mid lane's efficiency that's the biggest threat at the moment for DC. The fact that you have got Weehaw farming at an incredible pace, 4.3k net worth compared to, well, Ush's 2.9k. So a good 1.5 in it at just 9 minutes in is quite a lead here for the SF.
So we'll see what TC looks to do with this smoke. Anytime you use a smoke for something like a Roche as an Ursa, it is taking away 1 from your team, which at this stage they'd really like to be able to use. Bulba's so close to popping this one. Yeah,
they found him as well. He has got a hook shot. Is he going to be able to get himself out? No, with the crush, not a chance here for the clockwork. And Secret, and they're going to head forward. They're going to go for TC. If they can get the vision, there is a glimpse available. Not quite got the range here, though, with just the 2 points in it. And TC's going to be able to keep his life intact. But another pick off there. Now Misery heading up to top lane. Now he's out of mana here. He's got the Arcanes in 10, but it's actually going to be long enough. He's got a snowball, but wow, he's potentially a goner here. With the TP reaction, though, it's going to push Misery back. The fact that Birius then does have level 6 as well, so could maybe turn this. With Ush turning up as well with a DD, they'd love to find Misery, but the TP reactions are coming in. The Ice Shards didn't connect, so the damage wasn't there. There's going to be a Fiend Script straight up if he comes in, and he doesn't. Puppy says, I've done my job. I've scared them back. You know, he saved Misery with that TP attempt. And, yeah, being careful not to throw his life away, so smart move there from Puppy.
Elsewhere on the map, Secret just finding good trades. DC commit a lot of heroes up top, don't get a kill. Meanwhile, they're losing a bottom tier 1. They're going to take damage at mid. Weehaw continue to free farm, working towards what looks like a sand.
Ooh, this could be big if they can find Weehaw here. They've got Ush coming in as well with a Sonic Wave. Very nicely done, but the Shackle shot's there from EE. Gets them both, turns around with the Razors and the Chain Frost to the face. Secret just turn it round, and Weehaw salves up, and he says, you what, mate? He's fine.
Envy's got to be feeling pretty good about that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty big shackle from the man. Ooh, okay, that's a free kill.
What is that range?
All right. Okay.
Casting. Once you start casting it doesn't get cancelled. So
even Ice Frog offering his sympathies here to DC and helping them out.
So
they might find more though. Maybe it's Secret needs to be a bit more careful. And then we'll be able to get the shards. Oh, is he looking for a turn? Is he looking for a shackle? He's a little bit low on mana. He's not going to go for it this time.
Still sitting on the smoke here, maxing out overpower. DC is going to be.
It's going to be hard to sneak it.
Yeah, it's such an obvious play whenever you've got an Ursa on your team, and unless you see like Secret pushing the top tier 1 tower, which is likely going to happen at some stage fairly soon, next couple of minutes, maybe next 5 minutes. They've taken the tier 1 bottom as well as mid. That's going to be where DC look to make like a beeline towards the Roche pit. They also don't have Sonic Wave for another minute, so not really an ideal time. If you want to go for Roche as Ush, like try and sneak on in there, as TC and try and sneak a Roche, you've got to have your team ready to take a fight around the pit as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Misery. So with that, I guess he's just looking for the 4-star this game. Against the clock, realizes he's not having the best of times this time in terms of getting that blink on early, so the force is going to be fairly nice here. And also just for being able to kite the Ursa. If Ursa locks down on someone, just being able to save a teammate here with the force is going to be pretty nice this game.
They may as well get like 2, 3, 4 4-stars on the side of Secret. It's such a good item in this game. Wouldn't be surprised to see like Lich, Disruptor go for them on their supports. I mean, a Wind Ranger may be more likely to go for the big DPS items, but for now, Secret, 2 smokes in a row, just kind of looking to scout out the Roshan pit, worried about TC sneaking it, but I mean, for now, TC just showing good patience, not going for it, throwing away what we wouldn't really call a lead. They were at least like a stable game for DC here in the early game. If anything, after that Shackle at mid, it is now a Secret advantage. All 3 of their core heroes.
Oh, Sam with a hook shot onto E, but he just turns around with the Shackle shot. Ush comes in with a nice screen, brings the blow, but the crush is there. The Chain Frost is out. Double kill for Wii, and TC, he's left alone here, trying to retreat. He has got backup coming in from Aoi and Biryu. The Ice Shards there nicely saving the Ursa for the time being. They can't actually... Okay, Misery's still closing in. TC wants to fight this though with the swipes, but he's got to be careful with the crush, and Weeha's just pushing back Aoi. Says, get out of here. It's going to be also a TP out from Biryu, so...
That was a sick ice shots from the...
It was a very nice
down,
ice shots
down in the bottom rune. I don't think they'd spotted him. Oh, they probably did by this ward, but they didn't realize he was going to go get that nice little block off. Really nice individual play, but ultimately it's not the kind of play that's going to turn around this game or help get your cause any more farm. You've still got a 7.2k net worth Shadow Fiend, double the farm on your Quap, and only slightly less than double the Ursa's farm.
Is this the Roshan time? It looks like it is from TC. Smokes up from the tier 2. He's going to head into the pit. And can he sneak it from Secret? Do you think... I mean, there's a D... Oh, it's a shame he didn't see that. But I guess they've got a ward there, so we couldn't have taken it.
You take it, they see it go missing, and then...
Oh, is he going to check it?
I don't think so. I think this is a very good timing from TC, because he just died, and like the insta respawn TP mid and smoke into Roshan. Like, you've just lost a fight, you've lost a lot of map control, you've given Secret a big advantage. This is kind of surprise factor coming into play here, and Secret will get caught by...
I mean, the thing is, with 3 of them here on the side of Secret, even when they see it's down, they could possibly just go and kill him twice.
Yep.
That's the issue. Are they going to make a reaction quick enough? Are they going to go for it? Yeah, Puppey. He's maybe going to look for the glimpse here if he gets the vision, but TC's going to make the wise decision of heading to the east and gets himself away from the Disruptor's glimpse range.
I really like this build. Puppey's been doing this the last few times I've seen him play Disruptor. It goes for more in the Thunderstrike. With the buffs it got, it gets down to a 9-second cooldown when maxed out, so he's been maxing it with the glimpse. Normally gets the glimpse maxed out first, but with this Tranquil Soaring, he's got constant mana sustain to just spam out this nuke, which does a lot of damage. 100 damage over 4 ticks at a 9-second cooldown. That's really useful spell to have around this stage of the game.
Moving forward here, Secret. They want to try and find a fight against DC. DC, she's just going to TP out Bulb here. Do they get the vision? No, not quite in time there. Probably couldn't quite get in vision here for the glimpse. And that's going to be forcing Clock back to base, of course. Mr. Eternal Envy still looking good in the farms department, 1100, and he will have that Aghanims on the Swim Ranger. So very close to that. Secret actually going to smoke up here. The Rocket Flare passing over will just catch vision of Pylai.
But that rocket should have scattered someone, though. Like they just backed off. I don't know if that's like a sign that they smoked or not. We'll see. It doesn't look like they're backing off here.
They're going to try and go for Rush potentially hit.
They're
going to need to get the lead in here with Puppey. And it's going to be, they've got the glimpse into the Static Storm, nowhere for us to run, and that'll be another kill here for Secret. Dominating the streak now for Weeheart. More money in the bank here as Shadow Fiend, and he's been having a pretty good game here, Weeheart. And off the back of that, they'll look to just push mid, and with Ush not in the game for 30 seconds, it's not going to be a huge amount that DC can do to stop this.
Very much where like one 4-man gank on Weeheart has no overall impact on the game if you don't follow it up with more pressure, more ganks, and taking towers and objectives. They've yet to take a tower on the side of DC. It looks like they may do so now with Secret 5-manning down the mid lane, but defend top and AUI in some trouble.
Oh, look at this damage. Easy pick off for Weeheart with the DD. And bottom lane is going to be a shackle to TC. He's going to need some kind of help, though. He's been left on his own here. Bulba closing in as well as Buri just holds him in place from the sidelines. And I'll get the kill onto the Wind Ranger here, so... Yep. Very, very nice, and big pick off there for DC, getting Eternal Envy off the map for 40 seconds. And look at the tier 1 bottom. It will be a trade though. Tier 1 being pushed by Shadow Fiend on the top there.
It's a bit too greedy. I think Secret are like, oh, we're so far ahead. We just took a tier 2, and they see DC pushing bottom and top, and they're like, okay, let's defend now. They could only really have defended one of the 2 tier 1s, and for some reason they kind of tried to defend both.
Ush is a goner. Misery straight in with the Force Blink. That's not the Force Blink, the Force Crush. Follow-up chain just to ensure that Ush has no chance of this game.
This game not getting any more happy right now. He's brought down once more. 4 deaths. Very little he's been able to get done this game. And for Secret, it's very much just go from tower to tower. They're going to probably remain fairly grouped up just because they're so much stronger. They've got such a big item advantage.
Bulba. Oh, Bulba. Static Storm's dropped down onto the Clockwork Bashes as well from Misery. They'll have a defensive Nightmare hit to buy some time for Bulba. He'll get himself out of the storm, but the Crush is following up from Misery. They'll turn their attention towards Aoi as well. He gets a punch out, but he's going to pay with his life as a double kill comes out for the Slardar. Buri, TC, and Ush see if they can find anything in return. Misery force-staffs himself away here. They're not going to chase him. In fact, they're turning their attention back towards the rest of Secret. TC trying to close in on Weeheart. Kinetic Field's been dropped. They've got the Nightmare set up here onto Pylai Die, but just glimpsing back the Bane. Let's see if they can save Pi. Weeheart's moving in here. What can he do for the sidelines? The Sonic Wave connects onto 2. Kills off the Lich, and now they'll try and chase for more. They can't catch Weeheart. They're a little bit too speedy there with the S&Y. And a bit of a messy fight, but at least DC are finding the trades each time, and they're not being totally wiped.
Yeah, unfortunately, just the Lich, and yeah, it was still a 2-for-1 where DC had the worst end of that. They are now, I feel like, yeah, must be getting further and further behind. 8,000 net worth difference, experience, similar story, and I mean, Secret are just pressing forward, taking control of all the lanes, the dire jungle. Normally when you, like, the Radiant side take over your jungle and you're like a little bit behind, you want to counter take over their jungle. Like, have wards down here, be farming the enemy jungle. The safest place to be is this bottom lane and Radiant jungle right now for DC, because Secret don't want to play passively. They don't want to just sit back in their own jungle and farm away and stack Ancients and all that. They want to just keep playing this high-tempo Dota. So I feel like DC should be not trying to take Secret on head-on as much as they are right now, considering how weak they are and how massive the Shadow Fiend, Wind Ranger, and Slardar are.
Yeah, this Shadow Fiend is going to be so... what's he built now on top of the S&Y? Is he's just saving up the money as well in the helm. 2.3k gold here for Weehaw.
Very handy item to have because you can.
Scary.
Yeah, the helm you can stack Ancients, but also later on, like when you're worried about Roche, you can just go in and camp your creep there to scout out the exact respawn and spot any potential like smoke Roche sneaks. So useful item for Weehaw and great against just the late game carry potential this item provides. Also fantastic.
Misery now. I mean, he's saving up the gold again. After getting the 4-star, do you feel you still go back for the blink on Slardar, or do you? Is something else on the cards here for Misery?
Ooh, against this lineup, yeah, absolutely. The blink
is
the more reliable initiation. The 4-star you want to save to probably get out. If you go in for like a 4-star crash to start a fight, then you get hooked. By Clockwork, you have no escape, so you generally want to hold the 4-star a bit longer when possible.
He's got a DD. He's looking for something. Maybe. Well, okay, the static stone's there from Puppey to cancel the Fiend Script straight away here. Misery's moving in, ready to look for a crush. Can't quite close the gap. They'll turn around for a brain stab. Misery's fairly low. The hook shot's going to get whiffed here from Bulba. He goes up to the high ground, but the 3 heroes here. He's got the Blade Mail. He traps EE in it, but now Howie comes in as well with the Warriors Punch. Can they kill EE? They can. They'll get EE, but they were able to turn it around. The DC, they found one. Howie's incredibly low here as well. They're trying to find Puppey. TC moving forward, but he gets glimpsed back. The control from Puppey at this fight, absolutely beautiful. And now Weehaw just slaps away at Biryu. Biryu's going to fall. Blinks forward as well. He's looking for TC. Won't be able to find the raise. TC a little bit too speedy. Misery only just getting himself out of this fight, and he'll look for the TP. Out-jukes the Quap though. Blinked up to the high ground in anticipation of a force. And TC, he's almost certainly going to go down. He'll try and turn around, but Weehaw gets himself a double kill. You've got Howie returning into this one. He's only got the mana here for a shard, so he's got to be careful here, Howie. Because Weehaw may just blink back in.
Yeah, and
there he goes. Weehaw blinks in. Howie will blink off to the side though, so he's lucky to get that off just in time because Weehaw is very close to picking himself up a triple.
Okay. I mean, another big team fight victory for Secret here. Losing like 1 or 2 hero there, but none of their core heroes. Weehaw just cleaning up once more, and Secret are just kind of. They're just uncontrollably aggressive right now. You can't stop them if you're DC. You haven't got, even with counter initiators, they've got Clockwork as well as Tusk, but you counter initiate, they just turn and fight. You get trapped in a cogs with this Clockwork. If you're Weehaw, you just keep on attacking. The Wind Ranger doesn't die inside the hook shot, or inside the cogs. All of these heroes are just too farm for DC to deal with, and there isn't really a game plan which is going to work from here on out for DC. It's all going to come down to try and isolate heroes, find pick-offs, using smokes on here on anyone who's by themselves. But if Secrets stick together and rotate fast with TPs, you're never going to catch anyone this game.
I mean, it's going to be down to what TC can get on this Ursa. I mean, his farm is comparable to now. He's above it. Going for the S and Y here on the bear.
Normally you'd see a Blink here, and I think he's going to really suffer for mobility against this lineup. There's Slardar with Blink 4-staff, the Crush to control him, Disrupt a Glimpse, Shackle from a Wind Ranger, SF with a Blink Dagger. I just don't really picture him getting a whole lot done this game.
Wush. He's got to be so careful down here. He's hiding in the trees. He can't reveal himself for it, and he just did. Yeah, look for the Blink TP. It's the smart decision. Very nice. They even got the static here just in case they could have caught him, but nicely done there from Mush, getting himself back to safety. Top lane. He's got a TP out as well. It's DC that I'm going to be aware that he's around. But all things said and done, still looking very good for Secret. And this issue is the Shadow thing, because now working on the Butterfly, there's going to be a point where they just can't kill him, DC, no matter how much they throw it.
Yeah, and Ursa's got no way in this world that he's going to farm up all that range creep. Getting in the way there, but farming up like an MKB for this Ursa is just not on the cards right now. And Sam, well, the problems continue. A missed hook shot, gets pulled back in, but managed to skate his way out of that one.
He won't chase too far over the side of Secret. Just letting Weehaw have some space on this bottom lane to put some pressure onto the tier 2.
Looks like they will defend top now as well. Slardar TP's... Okay, so his TP got spotted. That's where DC knew that they needed to back off. TP1 of the tier 2, and it means they're looking to gear up for a tier 1 TP to find those pickoffs. So it looks like, yeah, that butterfly now just 700 gold away for Weeha.
Roshan is back up here. We'll see Bulba scout it out with a rocket flare. So it's going to be a question of whether DC feel that the risk and kind of the players to just go for that Rosh here. They're going to almost certainly know that Secret are going to want to do something about it, but we do have them already making movements towards it. TC and Biryu. Do they head straight into the pit here? It's going to be risky, and they're going to go for it.
You've got no smoke, you just walk on in. That is as ballsy as it gets, and this Radiant
It
Ward,
did just catch it.
Yeah, that would have scouted it.
So they know that he's in there, and Secret are going to head over to fight. The question is if DC have the capabilities to hold them off for long enough to allow TC to get that Roshan. We are ready to blink in, and Roshan, it's almost certainly going to go down, so they won't be able to stop it. Will they fight off the back of it, though? Some nice wards from DC, scouting out the fight, and Mystery straight in with a 2-man crush. Here we go, amplified to Biryu. The Chain Frost bounces once. There's been a hook shot across from Bulba, but he gets glimpsed back. Weeha finishes off Biryu here on the Bane. Puppy trapped up in the cogs. Ush will just, no. Yeah, it gets picked up by Aoi and brought back in on the snowball to EE. And now EE with a punch up from Aoi. He's going to just turn with a power shot. Takes down Aoi 2000, and Misery trying to desperately chase down Ush here. Ush. He's going to stand here, hope that... Okay, blinks it. Okay, gets EE. All right, he'll be happy with that one. A free kill on the way out. But it's just a question of whether he gets out. Bulba and TC are here as well. We are on the sideline, so glimpse TC out of the fight. Misery will look to try and chase this. Is he going to jump in for this? Yes, he is. Straight onto Bulba. The Amplifier's out as well. Bulba pops the blade mail, but Misery's just going to keep on hitting him. Godlike streak now for Weeha as he claims the kill, and TC and Usher just left packing down the lanes. They can't do anything this fight, and they've got to rectify as much as they can there. I mean, I guess the silver lining was the fact that Ush did find that kill on EE on the way out.
Yeah, it looked like Ush was like, I probably should just TP out, but no, he wanted to stay and make sure they got that Wind Ranger, so. A big kill, a decent chunk of gold for it as well, but you're still just so far behind. Anytime I hear the Russian yell, I'm just like, are we missing something? Aren't they using my camera?
He amplified the siege creep. My goodness.
It's funny because I'm like, they're using our camera for those of you who aren't unaware on the stream. So the Russians are using my observer and.
Are they watching the same game as us?
Yeah. They must be. Say, what are they shouting about? Like, wow. Come on, Owen, you're gonna find something. There's gonna be something interesting that's happening right now. It's like a game of I Spy. Like, what are they shouting at?
There we go, Misery looking for TC, and he's going to find it straight in with the crush. He's going to need a few bashes. It's hard to 1v1 this man, but when he's got Weeha turning up as well, he can certainly give it a better shot. Moving into TC, and focus fire here as well from EE. TC's just going to get taken down once. They have got the Aegis on him, so he's going to be ready for round 2. Crush onto Biryu to cancel the grip, but the Aoi's there with the straight in onto Pilot, the cogs get him. So Bulba will get the kill down to Pilot, but it's a double kill for Weeha. Ush comes out with a Sonic Wave, but Weeha just stands there. They just can't kill him. Triple kill for Weeha on the SF. They might get Puppy here, but Mystery's looking for the crush. Oh, it's the straight first up bash onto Biryu to stop him from getting the kill. They'll clean up the Bane here as well, only losing Pilot Die on the Lich. And again, Secret and Weeha in particular just walking circles around DC with no fear at all.
Frog has no mercy on DC there with that first hit bash, and now we're looking at 10k plus net worth advantage, experience, just as bad. DC just got completely cut in half here. The Ice Shards kind of blocked off 2 of the heroes on the low ground here, which sort of looked okay for them because they prevented the Secret supports getting in the fight, but it meant Ursa was completely abandoned. They kill him once, and when you've got an SF on your team, killing an Ursa once means you kill him twice, because the Requiem on the instant respawn was perfect from Weeha, and it's not even, I mean, it's a nice play to make, and definitely hats off to Weeha for having the knowledge to do it, but that was always, that's something that 9 out of 10 SFs are going to land, so.
Yeah,
DC,
you can just go by the time at the top.
Yeah, DC
but it's
in trouble.
I guess it as well just realizing, finding the position where you're actually going to be able to get off the Requiem and taking that risk to stand there.
Well, a lot of the time, if it wasn't for that Ice Shard's kind of blocking his path here, DC could have got there in time to back him up, used either a hook shot or the Fiend Script itself onto the SF, and then you're looking at maybe Ursa respawning and getting some damage done. Oh,
here we go. They want to fight Misery straight in with the rebound crush. Oh, the Chain Frost as well here with a Static Storm. Aoi's going to drop beyond Godlike for Weeha. Focus fire on Tush as he gets shackled. They glimpse back Biryu. He nightmares himself. The whole game's a nightmare, and he's out. 4 kills again for Secret. DC finding nothing this time, and TC is taking care of himself back in base.
Satanic suddenly for weak. Jeez, these items just keep coming out of nowhere. 28 minutes in, he's as big as can get.
Well, here we go. Fortification coming out from the side of DC. On the plus side, the respawn timers aren't too long, so they might be back to fight this.
This is either one last hurrah, it looks like. Otherwise, they would have just GG'd out by now. So they'll respawn and try and take Secret head on. But it's going to be down the lane at Rax regardless.
Mid down, and at Secret, they've got no reason to back up here. They're just going to head up to the top. DC do have the full roster back up. Hook shot in from Bulba. Got to go on to Weehaw, but doesn't actually trap him, forces him out of the cogs, and Weehaw just turns, does the punch away at TC.
She Enrage on cooldown, which is a short cooldown, but Secret are just going to walk right back up to the high ground, I feel.
Nightmare onto Weehaw, but it's going to come up straight away as the Ice Shards follow through from Aoi.
He didn't get the blink with the crush there, otherwise Misery may have been.
Aoi, and they've got the feed script onto Weehaw. That's big. They kill Weehaw here, down for 80 seconds. The shackles onto Ush, though, as EE will find the return. Aoi's getting incredible though as well. Misery just turns around, gets himself a double kill. He's been nightmared up here, pops the BKB, looks for the TP out, will be able to get it. They haven't got anything to cancel for it at this moment in time. Misery gets Glimmer Caped up here. Maybe this is DC with a comeback. The Chain Frost is nice, but Ush blinks forward, looking for Pylite Eye. He's going to go for the TP out. They can't stop that one. But they get Misery and they get Weehaw. 2 massive kills there for the side of DC.
Oh, absolutely. They did buy back Queen of Pain, which negated some of the gold that they would have got out of that, but that's as good as they could hope for. They lost the lane of Rax, but they managed to take a fight that followed it and get like 2,000 gold out of those 2 kills. And well, that for DC, it's a slight silver lining. I think they're still in deep shit right now, but
it's not ideal for DC. But if they can do that a couple more times, and there is the potential to pull it back round.
And SF hasn't gone for BKB, which was where they were able to burst him down. They prevent him from. He was really trying to just flirt around with the Satanic usage. He got down to about half HP, could have popped Satanic and life sealed off of the creep wave, but he's like, nah, I'm going to wait for the team fight to use the Satanic. And as a result, he just got punished because he held onto it for way too long and let himself get brought down to half HP without using it. And then when you don't have a BKB, you're very exposed. So slightly too greedy from Weehaw, but ultimately does not really feel like a play that's going to cost Secret all too much here. They can group up once more. If they feel like he needs a BKB, he can go back for it. I don't even feel that's the case. I think he just needs to play and position more carefully, more so than he needs the BKB itself.
Indeed. I mean, DC off the back of that, they were able to get a few more apps. So they've got the Blink Tagger now on TC. They've also managed to pick up a gem for the side. So they'll be able to get some control back of the map here. As Burry is going to be able to get that dewarding on. And hello, well, they found Misery here with a straight up Fiend Script, but the Static Storm's there. They get the crush out, and Misery tries to turn out to Aoi. Weehaw's turned up as well. Aoi just melting to the punches of Weehaw. TC's looking to fight. Chain Frost comes in. Weehaw will be nightmared up, but he just continues to punch away at TC. They managed to find the kill onto Disruptor on the sidelines here. TC's just going to go down. They just do not have the damage here to deal with Weehaw when there are a few heroes down in these fights. There'll be a nightmare for Buryu if he wants to try and save himself, but he can't. Weehaw gets the blink out, toggled off by Pylite Die. They'll finish off the kill. Triple for Weehaw. GG is called. And 31 minutes in this time. DC do manage to increase the rate of time they can stay in a game with Secret, but it's still a pretty disastrous ending for them in this series. 32 for 14 for Secret, and DC just having the tougher time today.
Yeah. DC coming in as a replacement for C9 at the last minute, playing with a stand-in. This was always going to be most likely a one-sided series. If it was anything but that, you'd be thinking like, man, Secret,